and it'll tell you. Oh, I bet you we're on there. Let's see where it's at.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, we're live. We are live on the Facebook. So let me go ahead and click over here, get that down. All right, good deal. Well, yeah, it's coming. All right, well, just want to welcome everybody in. I've got a great interview tonight. One of my personal friends and another local business owner, John Weber's on with us with Weber Electronics. We'll give it a couple seconds right now just to kind of get over to the group and get set up on this. And it'll come soon. All right. All right. Well, everybody, welcome John Weber here with us. John, why don't we go ahead and get started? Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure thing. Hi, I'm John Weber. I grew up here in Waco, went to Midway, went to Baylor University, and I have three kids, a 6-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 9-month-old. My wife, Lauren Weber, she teaches in the theater department at Baylor University, and she's the voice professor there. And so, we just spend our time doing electronics things and theater things, and working on the house.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your business, where you're located, and where everybody can find you.
Sure. So Weber Electronics actually is it's the oldest computer consulting firm in Waco that's locally owned. We've been around for 44 years now. And my father, Leroy Weber, started the business, and it actually started its life as a speaker manufacturing firm. So Weber loudspeakers was what Weber Electronics did at first. And it in the late 70s, it became really apparent that this computer thing was fascinating, and so he actually started making personal computers, mainframe computers, in the 80s for businesses around Waco, and we've kind of adapted to to take on all the new services ever since. Because when Weber Electronics started and computers started, I mean, the best you could do was maybe an accounting system. You'd have some mainframe computer over in a closet somewhere, and you'd have a terminal, or it was very different from the world today. And so, especially once in the 90s when the internet happened, I mean, that changed our business forever. And, we've morphed into being really IT managers for all of our businesses. And so we don't really do any break fix, or we haven't in the past, which is like, people come to our store and give us a computer and we fix it. What we do is we are like the IT managers for our clients. So we do everything from backups to, we do system integrations. We do the budgeting in the beginning of the year. So everything you'd think that like an employee would do that's in the IT department, we do that for our clients. And obviously, in the internet age, security has become way more important in the last 20 years. And so we work with our clients to, produce the best security that we can, especially for all of our medical clients and, things like that. But then we also do, now that phones are really an internet computer as well, we do work with voice over IP phone systems and then networking and, pretty much anything you would think in technology for our clients. We want them to worry about their business, and we want them to let us take care of everything that would have anything to do with computers. And that's kind of what we've morphed into in the last 40 some odd years.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's constantly evolving. I mean, with computers and technology, there's always something new coming out, something new to learn. So I'm sure y'all are always on y'all's toes.
Very much so. Yeah, it's an ever-changing. It's an ever-changing field. And it's one of the things I enjoy so much about it, is that I love variety. I'm very, I love to do all sorts of different things. I don't like to be pigeonholed into doing one thing all the time. And so, one of my professors at Baylor, which is now, more years ago than I would like, is, said that, it's very difficult to take an IT class, because by the time you've you've decided that something should be a process, you've written a book about it, you've gotten it approved in universities, and then professors are teaching it, man, you're already 3 versions back at this point,
Yeah.
So that's kind of how our field is. We're lifelong learners. I think is one of the big
Definitely. You
things.
kind of set yourself up for that, didn't you? I see that. That's cool.
Right.
Well, up until now, what's been the number one way that you guys have found your clients, had them reach you, and how you've gotten out to them?
So I would say our number one way really has been word of mouth. We, especially since our clients are very long term. I mean, we've had clients at Weber Electronics that are over 25 years old, the businesses are much older than that, but we've had clients for 25 years. So a lot of our clients are really, really long term, because they trust us, and we want to make sure that they do. And so word of mouth of, hey, this is who we use for IT, has always been one of the strongest marketing presences for us, especially since we're not typically consumer focused. It's more business to business that we. Word of mouth is a big thing. I will say that in the last few years, we have become members of the chamber, and going to the chamber meetings and interacting with local Waco businesses and Hewitt businesses has been really great. And, we've garnered quite a few relationships with that as well. And that's kind of been I would say our second most effective way of garnering new clients, is being involved in the chambers. Both the Hewitt and the Waco chambers are great services, and it really helps get relationships and personal relationships with people that are Waco businesses.
That's awesome. Now, has your business been affected immediately with everything going on right now?
I would say I would say by proxy, yes. We have, it's been affected because so many businesses have closed their doors, and we have had to adjust. And then, as far as being much busier in certain areas, because we have been just inundated with so many people that are trying to shift to a work from home setup, and even people that may have done it once or twice. We have lots of clients that, a doctor had a surgery and they had to be out for a month, and so we had to set up VPNs and work from home setups and that kind of thing. But nothing so widespread as the amount of people that need to work from home. And so not only have we been really pushing hard to make that a seamless transition for our clients, but we've tried to start ramping up services to people that are not our clients to help them adjust, because there's a lot involved, especially if it's not a system that your business has done before.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was kind of getting into next. What are y'all doing to adapt and move forward? So I mean, you're pretty much helping businesses go move their offices into their homes, right? Like just
Yes.
all the tech stuff into their homes. I'm sure that's kept you really busy then recently.
Very much so. I think we've really taken the technicians and I have got together in Zoom meetings because we have we're not in the same place at the same time kind of mentality. So we've gotten together and we've kind of taken 2 tracks to this. So one is the Weber Electronics tract, which is one of the things that we're doing is we're working. We've created a new video series, which is something that we've done for other people before, but we haven't done for ourselves. And that's the Waco Working from Home series. And so I think we're up to episode 4. And so we're producing that on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube. And essentially what it is kind of like a PSA service. We're trying to offer all of the skills that we know and kind of some of the knowledge that we put together for virtualizing your workforce, and kind of just taking it one little piece at a time. So here's we have an episode on forwarding your phone. We have an episode on, working with Zoom and with working with, we have an episode coming up with Slack meetings, and trying to keep your workforce communicating together and trying to keep that culture together with communication. And so we have many new episodes that are coming up, and we try to keep it within a few minutes to make it short. And then have content and things in the feed there to try to delve into it. And certainly, it's also something we want to reach out to everybody. So if anybody needs help, hey, I want to do this with my business, I want to do that with my business, so I can communicate with my employees or meet or project manage, we can offer those services in more detail.
I guess so. It's basically just informational videos on how to bring your business to your home, kind of, or is it like a mixture?
So yeah, I would say either from personal use or for business use. What are the tools that we have implemented before to let people work from their home and let your business work from home? Awesome. Whether or not you're either a business owner or you're just a person working from home for your business, and you want to come up with tips and tricks and that kind of thing. Right now, I'm doing the episodes, but we also have some of our technicians lined up to do some episodes, and we'll just try to keep growing the channel so that people can go back and look and say, oh, I want to know more about this.
That's awesome. Well, right now, do you have any advice out there for the business owners or the consumers, just anybody in general, even especially with what you do, even if it's advice for their home offices, that you think is pertinent to what's going on and that can help people out?
Sure. And I think we focus a lot on this in the channel, because that's the purpose of the channel, is to try to go more in depth with this. But I would say from a really high level, and if we're trying to come up with tools that are and tips that are generic to all businesses, I mean, I would think that communication is a really big important thing. We use many tools like Teams and Slack, and I think putting together a system for communication with your employees not only helps streamline the business so that we're not texting and phone calling and emailing, and so many people, like, especially when you get into emergency mode, you're just trying to do whatever works right now. And that may work, but it creates such frustration that having a combined place that, like, hey, we're rolling this out, let's have all work communications over this, is I think really important, and it really helps the culture. I mean, sometimes people just need to send funny GIFs and emojis and memes to each other,
Sure.
especially now. So I think that we have a series of tools that we use for that. And if you want to go to the channel and learn more about that, we're trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday of video uploads. And then I would also say project management. We use quite a few tools, and we implement for people quite a few tools for project management. Now, that's everything. When I say project management, I say everything from here's the tasks that I need to do this week to here's the large scale goals of what we need to do. And our preferred tool for that is an Atlassian tool called Trello. And a lot of people have heard of Trello because Trello has a free tier. I mean, one of the first personal things I ever did with Trello was a theater production. And so somebody wanted to put together all of the parts of a theater production for a show in Trello. And so there's tons and tons of things that you can do with it. But that is really important. But regardless of what the tool you want to use, I think the important thing is to combine it all into something that everybody can get to. I always try to steer people away from let's email about this, because emails get lost. They're not communicated to other people. Trying to have a one-stop shop for all of your project management is, I think really important.
Yeah, easy access for everybody.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think there's people asking right now, can you post the links to your videos after we get done onto the thread for the people that are watching? Because from what I'm
Sure.
reading, there's people interested. They love to get those links to get over there
Yeah,
and watch
I will
those
certainly,
videos
I'll
and
certainly
keep
do
up with
that. I'll forward, they all always get posted to the Weber Electronics Facebook page.
it. Hmm.
And we try to keep up the show notes with that. And I'll also post just the YouTube channel link that I think is the best for like show notes, because you can put, all the things and the links and the tutorials and stuff like that. And certainly anybody that's listening, we have a series, we've already planned out quite a few videos that we want to produce. But that's not to say that our schedule is set. And so, if Waco businesses want to see something in forms of IT, tips and tricks, certainly let me know. And, we'd love to do a video on anything that anybody wants to know more about.
And what's y'all's websites? What's y'all's website address for the people that are watching?
So Weber Electronics, and that's Weber with one B, like the grill, but not like the grill. I wish I Weber grills.
So just weberelectronics.com. That's it, right?
weberelectronics.com. Oh, and
Perfect.
I will say the other thing, I mentioned that we were doing 2 tracks, and the other track is techwaco.com. And that's not really a new business. It's really just Weber Electronics personal. It's something that a lot of us at Weber Electronics have wanted to put together for a long time, but busyness always takes precedence. And so Tech Waco is really focused more on personal tech use. So like family tech but we've obviously added the services during this time to talk more about virtual support for you're trying to work at home, say, and this is less for the business owner and more for, hey, I'm trying to work from home and I don't know how to set up a Zoom meeting. I don't, I want to set up a blog, that kind of thing. And that's what Tech Waco is really good for, or we call it Weber Electronics Personal sometimes, of a service for, setting up those things for the person or for the family.
Yeah, for sure. That's
so
awesome.
Those are our 2 tracks.
Is there anything that we've missed that you wanted to talk about that you'd like to go ahead and let us hear?
So, I mean, other than that, I think that we've been sitting there, putting our heads together at Weber Electronics, trying to make sure that we're supporting Waco as best we can. And so, we've decided to reach out to new vendors, Zoom being one of them, of seeing what we can do to create services specific to working at home and businesses working at home. And we're going to be spinning those up, in April and May to try to assist Waco in working better.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you coming on here with me, John. So much good information, and I am sure that we could probably go for another hour talking about this stuff because it's necessary. There's so many people working from home that just aren't used to it. They don't know their way around all the IT stuff. I mean, I'm one of them. I'm learning as I go, and I'm sure watching those videos would help me 100%. It's something that would be good for everybody. And other than that, though, it's been great. I really love the fact that you came on here with me, John. It's good to see you. It's been a long time.
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
For sure. Awesome. And for now, though, everybody just stay safe. Keep doing what you're doing, plugging away, and let's move forward and keep our economy strong. I love you, Waco. Everybody stay safe. Bye, John. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.